Hi. I know it's been a while. I haven't been around. Life gets a little chaotic sometimes. And, I deal with the same things I talk about. And with brain injury, you get an extra, what's the word? Uh, an extra spark of madness sometimes. Um, but I want to talk about social media. Social media is a great platform. Don't get me wrong. I think it's wonderful that people have an opportunity to share, to give information. But sometimes we get caught up in what people say, the negativity. And I've always learned that when you're around people who are down, you become down. It's almost like depression, anxiety is catching. So if you watch the way things emote in social media, sometimes it goes from 0 to 60 because there are people who are either yelling or saying something nasty. And when we look at the opinions of other people or hear the tone, or like, we catch it and we go with it. And the amazing thing is, it could not be us, but when we throw it back, it goes back and forth. It doesn't stop. And being mindful of there are other people with other things going on, and the only person we can control is us and what our response is. I've had to take off time from social media just to get myself down, so I'm prepared, because you don't know what people are going to say. Even on my Facebook, I don't open it up for opinions. So if I post something, I post it, it's out, except for my friends, because I don't need that negativity. It's it's something that brings you down. It can wear the stuff that you built up from hearing it, from seeing it, until you can get yourself in a spot that you can actually knock it down and say, that's not me, that's not my opinion, someone else's opinion, what they're going through. Can you really go ahead? And everybody lives on social media now. So everything is so pumped up so high. And even with diagnoses, a lot of times diagnoses aren't inbred, they're from life experience, they're from what we learned, they're from what we hear, and we hold it in so much that it makes us explode. And it's removing that ownership. It's trying to think outside the box and say, okay, I'm going to take this, I'm going to learn from it, I'm going to throw it away and get out of my head. I mean, I do a checkout every day because I have to. I journal to get everything down, to get out of my head. Because if you keep it in your head, you explode. With brain injuries, even more so, I can't keep it in my head, with my limbic system being compromised, but the other areas of my brain that have been affected being compromised. So I have to take hold of it and throw it away. And it also counts with sleep too. If you are sleep deprived, if you're not doing check ins with yourself, if you're not knowing who you are and what you can take, then things can build up in 0 to 60 without you even knowing it. So, the one thing I can say, I mean, these are short videos, but the one thing I can say is be mindful of you, get to know what you can take, so you can better maneuver with the way people are nowadays. Because I mean, look at the news. We have all negativity in the news. We have all negativity all around the world. And it's a scary world right now. So we have to watch ourselves and make sure that we understand what we can take. And when you can't, then you take a break from social media. Take a break from the outside world. Sure, if you're in school, if you're at work, you can't, but you can be mindful of you and how you're taking it in and how you're responding. And if you feel anything off, then think about your day. Was it because you heard people say this? Did you see something that disturbed you? What caused you to feel that the day crashed on you? That you were depressed? Are you depressed because the weather sucks? Which right now, I know New Jersey is in this cloud of rain. All the East Coast is pretty much off and on with rain. Sure, bring you down. Family can bring you down. Your day being tired can bring you down. But it's what steps can you make to come back up? So I wanted to say everybody can come up. It's just what you have to do. And how much time does your body take compared to other people? And what steps you need to make that happen. Because, I mean, nobody's perfect. Nobody's going to stay on a level that's all the time. It's just not possible because we can't control what's out there. We can't control the people. We can control what we do and what we say. That's it. And how we react and what we can do with steps. So take this and just kind of look at you and what can you do compared to what I do, or what ways can you control things in your life compared to other people? Because I like to journal. Doesn't mean you like to journal. I like to do these little videos to say, hey, this is what I've done, just as ideas, just to give you something to think about. I never had that. I never had people giving me ideas. Sure, people would talk, but it wasn't ideas that I could really grasp on saying, okay, well, how can I apply it? Because sometimes your brain doesn't click like that. And when you're in the midst of depression, anxiety, you don't hear it. And it's breaking through and listening. That's why, like I said, journaling for you to get it out is very important. You know, everybody has an opinion, but it's not staying in a spot you're in that's negative. It's coming back to a positive. And that takes time. And it takes learning you and learning what you can take and learning what fills your tank and what will keep you level. And it's just find that happy medium. Because let's face it, I know I don't like being in a state of anxiety or depression or PTSD or any of that. I just want to be calm and being able to think straight and being able to breathe. And sometimes it's too much. And everybody needs to be able to breathe and just take a moment and get away from all this other stuff and sit down and breathe, right? So, just something to think about. That's all. Till next time. Bye.